Hello, everybody. Oh, I think I'm live now, so I was just waiting for the timer thing to kick in. Hello, and how are you today? I hope you're all doing really well. Gorgeous day. Got the door open today. Got the fresh air coming in, and it's just, well, after this, I think I might even go outside and read a book for a while, or even just sit in the step. I'm in the middle of nowhere anyway. Hello, Darshika. It's good to have you on here. Yeah, Ebony Bell is here as well. Hi, Ebony. Katrina Byers is here, and Jude is in the house too. I am good. Thank you so much, Jude. How are you doing? Tracy McWhirter's also here too, and Yvonne. How are you? You were in my mind this morning. And we've got John Spratt as well, John. John, if you're feeling called to jump on, then go right ahead. I'll send you a wee code anyway. Not sure what you're up to today with the children and what have you, but I'm taking a couple of days off of doing this, so I'm back now. So I have a big hello to Jay as well, Jay Todd, Natasha, Lothian as well, Mary Swample from YouTube. Hello, Mary. How are you? Thanks for calling in. And we've got Dawn Rose. Puja is also in the house. I'm great, thank you for those of you that are asking. Feel amazing today because we've got such a wonderful weather going on out there, haven't we? We've just got, it's just, you feel like you want to go out and sit in it. Who knows, I might even take up gardening. So if you're there from Facebook, right, you know how this works. In order to get to see my comments, like and follow my page, please. And also, please share as much as you can, you know, have watch parties, share with friends, you know, share into groups, share into pages if you can, because the person that shares the most, or the people that share the most here, the comments come up, they're much more, well, they stand out more, and then I'll be called to somebody and pick a couple of cards for you. And if Spirit pop in, even better. And I'm sitting here right now thinking, God, I wish I'd gone and got a cup of tea before I started doing this. So, and if you're from YouTube, please hit the subscribe button if you haven't done already. Hello, Reese Kelly. Big hello to you. Arlene Scott's here as well. Thank you for sharing, everybody. So let me get this, because I haven't seen John come up. I'll get the... Let's go back to this place here. Maybe we'll do that one. Right, John, I'm sending you a code anyway, just in case. But listen, if you're out with the kids, totally understand it. If you can't jump on, but probably everybody would love to say hi. Veronica is also here from YouTube. I'm excited about the free reading, which is great. Well, what we do, Veronica, right, is I go for people that I'm kind of feeling called to. And the people on, because it's a multi-stream here, so the people that are in Facebook, for me to see your comments, like and follow my page, and then share as much as you can so that you're much more, your name stands out. And I get drawn into the name. And if you're from YouTube, then please hit subscribe button and let me know that you've subscribed as well. Okie dokie. Let's go. Martin is there. She's in the house. Rosie Glover. Hello, Rosie, sweetheart. How are you? And the girls, are you doing really well? Let us know what you've been up to. Dave Wells. Hello. Blessings, cousin. Dave, blessings, cousin, to you as well. Righty-ho. Right, let's get going here. I'm wondering whether I should message himself and say that I need a cuppa, or I need some water or something. Bear with me just a moment. Let's get the vibe going in here. Grace Wilson is also here. So a big hello, Grace. Let me see. Why is it just never types when you want it to? Putting out a call for a cup of tea. Hang on. Suppose I should send a love heart at the same time, should I? Yeah, probably should. Okay, here we go. Okay, a big hello, Martin. Pat Taylor is there too. John, if you're listening and say, and want to pop on, I've sent it to your personal account, I think, or not the group chat anyway. So we've got Tracy Gale, hello. We're doing really well, actually, Tracy. So we are. Let's shuffle the cards here and see what we're working up to. So it is. Oh, hang on. Is this John coming on here? And everybody's saying, but she's just getting the cards going. Let's see if John is it. Oh no, he's dressed today. Here we go.
Hello.
What happened to the
just dressed.
You're only, are you dressed from halfway up, are you?
Yeah.
You are, definitely. Yeah. Well, I have to say, you're blonde less today.
Yes, I'm a little less blonde. I'm more grey now.
You're actually, that's actually quite a modern colour that you've got going on there, isn't it?
I'm trying to get hip.
You're trying to get hip, right? So that's good. So what happened yesterday? Talk us through what happened.
Well, we were just having one of those boring days where we're in lockdown, and I was like, oh my God, my kids in the morning were playing with my hair, ended up with this big, I don't know, I looked backcombed, I looked ridiculous. And then before I know it, Erin, the wife, is in the shops buying hair dye and bleach, and she's like, right, come on, we'll continue Daddy's makeover. And within half an hour, I had bright yellow hair, and then half an hour after that, I had this colour.
Okie dokie. Well, actually, it's been a very transformational day for you yesterday. So it is. So we've got the new Spratty in the house. That's what we've got. Right.
The new grey-haired silver Spratty.
Silver fox, I think the word is, isn't it?
It's quite a nice colour, though.
A nice shade. Put your head further up the camera so I could. Yeah. I'm a hairdresser's daughter, and that, so I can tell a lot. When somebody changes their hair, they change their life. You know that, don't you?
That's it. I feel like I should just be out partying, but I can't. I'm stuck in the house.
Right. So you're going to need to get into the whole house party thing, have a drink in that, and make it into a nightclub.
I downloaded House Party on my phone, so tonight I think I might sit with a bottle of Southern Comfort and have a wee.
Oh, you could just gate crash somebody else's party, couldn't you? I mean,
yeah,
you know them, right? Bottle of Southern Comfort. I have to say, Southern Comfort is for me as well. Southern Comfort or Cointreau?
Oh, Cointreau. Oh, or a slow gin. Did you like slow gin?
Oh, gin is lovely. That would probably be about maybe fourth on my list. Not that I'm a big drinker, I've got to say. You know, everybody's talking about all these different types of gins and stuff nowadays. Over the head, John, or what?
Same with me. You get gin that's or you get slow gin, which is
So the emphasis is on the word slow, really, when you think about it.
Yeah.
I mean, what is slow about it?
Nothing, because when you pour it in a glass, you just want to go.
Oh, yes, I know. Exactly. Nothing slow. You can make slow gin, can't you? Like at home?
Seemingly, yeah, but
some years ago.
Lara, I've got to admit, I'm too bloody lazy. I'm just going to go to the shop and buy a bottle.
That's it. Yeah.
It's like when people say to me, oh, I'm going to make myself some curtains, and I think, oh, just go on Amazon, save the bother. Exactly.
But believe it or not, a lot of women we like to create that way, you know, and we like to feel satisfied, right, at what we've done. We get that from, you know. I know it's not men. It's like asking a woman to dig a road up and feel pleased with herself, you know.
Exactly. I mean, it's like Erin the other day, she was building bird boxes with the kids out of milk cartons, and I was like, shouldn't I just go and buy a bird box? Just go on eBay and buy one.
Well, the thing, she's probably trying to teach them appreciation.
I think so, but to be fair, they have blown away. They were made out of milk cartons.
Oh. So one stiff wind and a little bit of a shower storm and that's it. When you think
they were like, bye.
Yeah. So while we're here, you know, we've got an event on Friday night, haven't we?
We do. Do you know, I can't wait because it's something a bit different. Because normally when I do a stage show, it's always spirit messages. So when you come and see me in a theatre, it's always spirit. When people book readings with me, 9 times out of 10, they want a spirit reading. When I do Facebook Lives, they tend to always be spirit messages, but I do try and do some psychic. So I do try and bring some cards in, pendulums and all that palaver.
Yeah.
So on Friday, it's got to be completely different because that's what it's all based on. It's all the readings are using tools, aren't they? So it's like tarot cards, angel cards, pendulums, crystal balls. That's what we're doing.
Well, that's right. And there's so much out there. It's a bit like asking a hairdresser to cut a hair with no scissors. Scissors are the tool, right? So you comb your scissors, you've got your kit, haven't you? Every hairdresser has their kit, right? So every intuitive medium, regardless of what they say, they have a toolkit.
We have a toolkit.
Might be a bit excessive about it, everybody, because he's got like 1,000 sets of cards, by the way.
So bad with all these cards. Honestly, I think I need therapy.
That is your therapy.
What's that?
That is your therapy.
True. This is my therapy. It's my 100 different cards. But my therapy's getting a little worse because I'm looking in my box now, Lara, and I'm pulling out sweetie wrappers as well.
You're actually desecrating, right? All your cards and stuff with sweetie wrappers. It's like you just tossed them in there, isn't it?
I've been obviously munching sweeties the last few days, and a bag of crisps, a packet of Walker's crisps. And a packet of mini cheddars.
Are you sneak eating?
I've been sneak eating.
Oh dear.
I'm going to have to start watching this gym guy in the mornings and start doing a workout.
Oh Christ. Yeah, no. You used to see them a lot down in Cardiff, right? I'd be taking one of the kids to the bus in Cardiff, and then I'd stop. There was always the nice little, you can get a nice coffee in that next to the big massive park where they do all the rugby things. And there was always loads of YouTubers out there doing their fitness things, right? Not really what you want to see at 8:30 in the morning, like when you're to be reminded that you're buying coffee and a bacon roll at the time before it was vegetarian. Laughing with the brown sauce, and you look across, and they're all giving it the whole bend and stretch, with the cameras and stuff like that. God. So no, the sneak eating, usually I find that, because listen, who doesn't sneak eat, right? Come on. Who does it? I used to always have them stuffed in my pockets and things like that. Further down the thing, I analysed that a little bit and thought, that's how we process.
Yes.
That's how we process. For some reason, it gives us a creative flow, doesn't it? It's maybe the sugar boost or something we're getting that we need to in order to do that. Listen, Albert Best, as you know, is one of the greatest mediums that ever lived, right? And he had a brandy before he went on stage, a couple of brandies.
Exactly. See, I believe in mixing your spirits sometimes.
Well, that's right. And because we're in a society where we can't really get away with that right now. That was back in the day when folk were still jumping in their cars and driving, remember, right?
Yeah.
It means we have to resort to the bags of sweets, right? Illegal.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that as well. You're saying you used to have a brandy. Can you imagine if you went to do a church demonstration now and you're talking to the chairperson and says, I was just in the pub before I came in here and had a couple of brandies. They would be going off the head.
With everybody and fumigate them, with it.
Yeah.
It wouldn't be you couldn't get away with that now. You just couldn't.
It makes me laugh because I remember going to do a church demonstration one night and I'm sitting there and the lead person was like, oh, how's your day been? I was like, oh, do you know something? I've just been at the Chipper across the road and I sat in and I had a lovely big supper. Can't remember what I had, but it was really, really nice. And she was like, you ate before a demonstration? And I was like, yeah. I stuffed my face. I would have had two if I was going to get away with it if I had enough time. Then she went into this big long story about why you shouldn't eat before you work, and I was like, I've never heard so much crap in all my life. So I had to explain that.
Brilliant messages passed out because of low blood sugar levels, right?
Exactly. I'm sitting saying to her now, if you get up there and you are using energy, so you need energy to give energy, blah, 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 blah. Food gives you energy. And she was like, no, because it'll fill you up. It'll make you contaminated before you work. I was so baffled. I couldn't believe it. And then, because at the time I was still smoking, I've only been off the cigarettes for a few weeks. I said to her, well, all your mornings put me in the mood of a fag, so I'm going to wait outside for a smoke. And that was the end of that. She was like mortified. She was like, oh, you had a supper before you came in and now you're having a cigarette.
Good Lord. Good Lord.
Can you imagine if I had said, I had a brandy before I came in.
What would she have said? Actually, that's a really good point. She probably would have got her hip flask out and joined you.
Well, you're open.
Seriously. And is it Southern Comfort, by the way? I know.
Oh, nice. Get in my belly.
Southern Comfort, dry ginger, and Angostura bitter. Lovely. Never mind the fact that it's rat poison, actually, we're putting in.
It's fine. It's fine. It tastes good.
Well, everybody's laughing on here. Norma's sharing like a mofo, so she is.
Good.
Listen, guys, keep the energy going on this page. Please like and follow my page. Like and follow John Spratt's page as well, because that way you get to actually see the comments and post the comments when you're on our lives and stuff. And please share as much as you can. Have watch parties, share into groups, share to your friends. Just share, basically, because it really builds the energy up in here, and it means that we are more likely to see your name as well.
Yes.
Okay, and I think we benefit for having a couple of days off, haven't we? I think it's brilliant doing the lives and stuff, but you hit a saturation level, don't you, where you feel like you just need to hand down for a day or two?
Well, I have not done anything. I mean, I'm not even working today, but I put my phone on and I seen you were on. I was like, oh, I'm going to go and say hi. And then the next minute, here I am, I'm on the screen.
Yeah, distraction, that's what I'm saying. It's just what you, because listen, you and I both, it's nothing like being with our own people to make us feel like we're recharged and we can go out with our shield and our sword and everything. That's right. Because there's not too many mad people out there that understand this sort of thing. And all that, John, because it's an unusual life, isn't it? Living a life, it's like living a double life.
It's the most bizarre thing. Anybody, when they say to me, oh, I want to be a medium, I'm like, really seriously think about it, because it's the most craziest, bizarrest.
We don't just get up one day and go, I know, let's be a medium, because we really want the lifestyle with that, don't we?
Oh, yeah, really want it. Being tired all the time, people constantly around you, never getting 2 minutes to yourself.
That's right. There's never a dull moment, right? And also, I mean, you like me, you can sit in a park bench, nobody there, and you turn around, away for a second, turn around, and there's like 20 folks sat next to you, right? Yeah. All telling you their life history, and you've never even said a word.
You don't have to say anything. You can just walk down the street, and all of a sudden, everybody stops you and starts telling you. My worst fear is going to a train station and the train being delayed.
On the train being delayed.
Because I know that I must have a big beacon that flashes above your head, and all you want to do is to get to your destination in one piece, in quiet, no one talk to you, no one disturb you, you just want that calm time. But no, that big sign starts flashing, talk to me, talk to me, talk to me, wang, wang, tell me your problems.
Yep, got the cup of tea now, look.
Oh, well.
But since somebody's having a dressing gown day.
Oh, yes.
Yes.
All right, for some.
He's not showing himself like this, eh? John did it. He had his jammers on publicly. He's dressed today, mine. That's okay. We're part of the way there, but you're having a day, aren't you? Yeah, okay then. So we won't ask you to make a public appearance.
Oh, dear.
Okay, right. Who are we going for to do this? We'll have another wee chat in a minute about stuff because really they're probably getting a bit antsy here, are they? We've got a few more people in the house. We've got Okar from YouTube is here as well. If you haven't subscribed, please hit the subscribe. What's your YouTube channel name? I know you don't like you. I know.
I don't know, but if you go to my website, you could find it. There is a link on there.
There's a link. Oh, that's how much attention we pay. That's part of being us as well. We always look like we don't take everything on board as well. But the weird thing is we do really. We're just not aware of it.
We're just not aware.
That's it. Yeah.
Someone asked my username for something the other day, and I was like, I don't know. My name's John Spratt. Just look for it. And then I thought, just go on my website. You'll find everything you need on there.
That's it, because we've moved on from that, haven't we? With the
Yeah.
Arlene says, I've got my tea. Yes, I have. Jude says, Sprat, do you have another job as a comedian? You make me howl with laughter.
God, do you know what? Believe it or not, I am actually the most quietest, shy people you'll ever meet. Okay, so I remember before I was a medium. Well, not before, because I've always been a medium, but before I was doing like and all that palaver.
You knew you were a medium. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, before all that, before I was doing churches and demonstrations and live events, I was like, the thought of standing on a stage absolutely freaked the heck out of me. And still to this day, it does. The thought of standing up and people looking at me gives me the fear
of it, definitely.
But once you sort of switch your head on and you go into spirit mode, you're a different person and you go for it. And I think that's what happens with my sense of humor as well. When I go and switch on into spirit psychic mode, it's like I become just stupid, a comedian.
You've seen the amount of comments of people commenting saying, shy, you're shy. Like that.
I am.
Yeah, like Sarah Crichton's like, wow. Yeah,
I'm a quiet wee Scottish lad for a wee quiet fishing tune.
But what fishing town are you from?
Arbroath.
Oh, of course, Arbroath. I used to work up nearly. I used to live up in Dundee, and I've been up doing parties in Arbroath, Montrose, further up. But Arbroath got a good energy, so it has.
It's a bit of a crazy energy in Arbroath. It's all ley lines. It's a bit.
Yes, and we have 2 ley lines running through this house, right? And about every 3 or 4 weeks, something weird happens in the house. For about 2 or 3 days, it's like nothing electrical works.
Yep.
Weird stuff happens and shows up when it definitely was not there before and nobody put it there, right? It's like it goes crazy, and then about 2 or 3 days later, it just goes back to how it was before, making you look like a right idiot. So does that happen where you are there? Are you constantly getting stuff like that with a ley line?
Constantly, yeah. It's bizarre. And you could be mid-conversation and all of a sudden you're just blanked. You know, you're like, what has just happened? And you feel the change as it's going. Power goes out, power goes on. Things.
You're near water as well, aren't you? Right next to the sea and everything there, so it kind of magnifies it all, doesn't it?
Yep. That lovely fresh sea air and the salty water. It just, you know.
Arlene Patterson, you've made her day, John. That's hilarious. You're proper good banter. Maybe you take it to the stage and do psychic and comedy.
There's that. Well, I do. Do you know, I'm a big believer, okay, that when you go to, whether it's a spiritualist church or you go to a demonstration, a mediumship, you know, whether it's a theatre or a town hall, that when you go in there, you should always leave feeling better than you did when you went in. So when I do my mediumship, I've got this point of, I could be homed in and talking to Betty in row C, aisle D, seat 31. I could be homed in talking to her, giving her the most beautiful message from her mum or whoever, but I will make sure that every single person in that audience is also paying attention to that reading, okay? Whether it's something that's been said that's funny, that makes everybody laugh, no matter what, include the whole audience, although that message is for that one person you're given.
Yeah.
Because there is nothing worse than I think when you go to watch a medium and they're homed in on Betty, aisle D, seat 31, and that's it. Nobody else matters in that room, because then everybody starts going, and they get bored and they slide in their seats.
I know.
And it's harder for the medium to work, because you're thinking, well, you've got 200 people in the room, but you're only talking to one person. You need to make sure you're including everybody in this message. Well, it doesn't matter. You know, the person could be in floods of tears, but the whole room should be feeling part of the experience. And that's what I do. And that's probably why a bit of humour comes out. Also, considering my guide's an alcoholic does not help the situation.
No way. That's fabulous.
So
right, we're going to
I
have.
went,
We need to wheel the guides out. I think maybe we could do the divinity, like all the divining tools on Friday. Which weirdly enough, in my 21-day intuitive challenge, we're actually at the stage of learning about divinity tools. So we're right.
ooh.
Yeah. So it was weird how that corresponded, but not just that, because of the comments here and because that we've both got kind of guides that we're a bit exasperated with, I think we should have one sometime, and we're going to let everybody meet the guides.
Oh, you'll love it. Mine swears like a trooper.
How come you got landed with him then?
I've got no idea. I've always said it's just my luck, you know. The sensible wee boy that lives in the country, doesn't bother anybody, gets hot with a loudmouth drunk Indian.
Oh, that makes sense. That's right. I remember the first time when I went to meet my guide, right? And you know, everybody had all this like Chief White Eagle, right? And all I got an Indian, but and I'm going to say this with the best intention, but instead of a wigwam Indian, I got a curry Indian. And he definitely was not expecting me. Can I just say that? God, I was back hoof for ages after that. Can I just say? Yeah. And it is funny. Yeah, there you go.
I remember meeting mine, and it was all people getting like nuns and nice little old men and you know,
yeah,
Indians, what samurai warriors, all this palaver, and in pops my guy who is an actual Indian, a Native American Indian, but loves a wee bit of the homebrew and a bit of the pipe. Okay, so he comes starting in like, hello.
Good God, some people just embrace their life that much, don't they? They just take it with them.
Yeah.
Good.
So, I mean, I've learned a lot from him. I've got to admit, he was a very clever man when he was here. He did a lot of medicine stuff, but I think he practiced on himself, and that was how he was so high all the time.
Oh, I think you're right. And I get my Indian guide comes from India, right? And I tell you what, he always acts like he just can't be bothered that I'm even there. Seriously, right? Half the time I'm left there on my own, right? Like I turn around to talk to the guy, and he's, where the hell is he? He was there a second ago.
Mine reminds me, you know, Kevin and Perry. They just come through. I don't want to play.
Oh my God, we're going to get struck off guide place now, aren't we? Because we've been bad mouthing the guides, right?
We want to trade. We want to swap them for somebody else.
Oh, we're thinking, do we get a little bit of switching over here? You know, keep it a bit fresh. And I
want a sensible. I want a nun.
Well, get somebody that you can that's actually there most of the time, right? You know, that's actually on call. Right, and then somebody that when you talk to them actually answers you back without getting distracted. Yeah,
I always remember mine. I was doing a demonstration. It was in a church in Dundee actually, and I never, if I've got a demonstration, I'll never have a drink the night before, as in like a drink where I can't walk. I don't remember getting home. I don't have one of those drinks, but I decided one day I am going to have a drink. It was a Saturday night and it was my friend's birthday. I went out. I don't remember getting home. I was paralytically letic. But I got up the next day and I went to do this demonstration. And I was standing there and I was like, oh my God, I cannot for the love of me get a link. But I could hear my guide in the background. And then the next thing, all I smelled was like bacon, sausages, all this food. And I was like, oh, my stomach is going to turn. And I heard my guide saying, that'll teach you to drink the night before a demonstration. I was like,
that's not the lesson you wanted. That is not.
He gave me a link until I said sorry.
Really?
Yeah, I had to apologise. So I had to tell the whole room what was going on. Blah, blah, blah. As soon as I apologised, the smell went, link came in. I was like, you cheeky bugger, you're pissed half the time you come through and speak to me.
And he talked about you, exactly. But it has to be seen to be training you over the other side. Like, it makes you wonder what kind of, is there a system over there, right? you know, because their attitude sometimes, as you and I both know, it leaves a lot to be desired. And other times they're all like shiny and pristine, looking like butter wouldn't melt. They're probably under surveillance from somebody on the other side, right?
Yeah.
And you're like, oh yes, they've shown up. This is what we need. And it's like a one-off, right? For months. Right. So it's definitely something to do with that. Did you actually see what I need, because I need to tell everybody this. Was it Cheryl? Yeah, Cheryl Chappell. Oh, that's the wrong message. Actually, I was trying to see what.
Actually, 2 days to consider something else. There's been 2 days.
Right, that's it. It was the one about. Yeah, I got an invite to join a paid group in this supporters. Right. Okay, Crystal. That was Crystal that did. It actually was an accident, but it wasn't really. I was on trying to set a group up off my Facebook page, right? But it froze on my computer. And the next thing, it messaged everybody. I haven't even got a picture up there or anything, nothing. It just is called Lara Wells Group. Okay, so I had to quickly put a message up and say, I'm really sorry, guys, it was a thingy. And if you really want to be part of a paid group, let me know. I said, and afterwards, I felt, what? So I keep getting messages saying, I really want to be part of your group, and that. It's $4.99 a month, right? I had to come up with a price even. $4.99 a month, and we get to do fun stuff in this group. We get to do Spirit Watch lives. We get to do readings. We get to look at all the divinity tools and stuff. We get to have informal chats, even John.
Is this on Facebook?
It's not a supporters group. It's a group that I made myself because apparently my computer decided it was doing that yesterday when I was trying to cancel it. Right? So
it's not on Facebook then.
It is on Facebook as a group. It's going to be a secret group that's a membership group. Okay. And because apparently my computer wanted to do that, and I kind of had egg in my face. So it's not just the guides. I could have done with a guide at that point. Right, because I don't have enough followers to get the real supporters group. That's what I'm saying.
Right. I'm with you.
So when people, that's why the one came up in the group and said, yeah, absolutely. So I'm going to start my own group because it's true to form anyway. I usually always ended up having to start my own group away from all the systems and stuff like that. So we're having to just run with it, John.
Yeah.
You have a supporters group?
No, well, I've got like, what am I, 32,000 people or something on Facebook, but I still don't get the option. But my Facebook, I mean, I got live about a year after everybody else got it. So I don't know what goes on.
You've got 10,000 followers, and then they should be emailing you if you wanted to run a support group.
I've got over 30,000 and don't get anything.
The Creator Studio on the you need to go to the Creator Studio part. We'll have a wee chat about that another time. But if you go in there, you can have a look at after every milestone or stage that you reach, it unlocks more for you. But you have to go and press something on that. Just well, we like to keep it real anyway, don't we?
Oh, I just go on and do whatever and think, oh well, that's that.
Exactly.
No, folks, get your tickets for our show on Friday.
That's what we're leading up to, is that we've got the tickets. I've even been messaging some of my friends as well today because I finally figured out how to do it. Right. So I've been sending people have we sold many tickets yet? How many is coming? Do we know?
I don't actually know. Let me go and have a look right now.
Right, I'm going to put a couple of cards here for Norma, who's been sharing Pat Taylor, like Claire, who bought too many pairs of earrings and gave away a couple of pairs yesterday afternoon. Yeah, is that what you've been doing, Pat? I know, we wonder the things that we get up to. Norma, a couple of cards here for you, sweetheart. We've got, whilst John looks up tickets and stuff, and we've had people message, one or two people message me saying that they can't use the payment system because they don't do payments online. So I'm going to have to take the payments and forward it to you, I think, probably. But anyway.
Oh. But you can do PayPal or card.
Yeah, these people that I'm talking about, they don't even they don't know how to even do that. I'll explain it to you in another message. That's what I'll do. But Norma, a couple of cards here for you, sweetheart. We've got frustration with people round about you there. All right. And the full moon, we're actually halfway through this moon phase. So we've got the dark of the moon coming up this weekend. So not much energetic feedback of moon power at the weekend, just to let all you guys know out there, it's a collective thing. obviously, because we're all on the same planet there. And but Norma, it looks like there's inflammation and pain where joints are concerned here as well, sweetheart. And I want to say to you, diabetes, and I want to get your eyes checked, right? If that makes sense. Okay, I don't even know if you wear glasses, because whenever we see your picture, I think you're not wearing glasses. So it's about getting the eyes checked, but also I do feel an aunt over the other side connected to mum wants to say hello to you as well, and said that mum's away with your brother today, apparently. Okay, so I'm going to leave you with that just now. But Norma, I had to do that because I noticed she was sharing loads and loads here as well. So let's have a wee look, see who's come on recently. Guys, please like and follow my page so we can see your comments, and also like and follow on John's page as well. And please share as much as you can into groups, have watch parties, and yeah, comment. So if you've shared, we want to see rows of purple crystal balls on the paper coming up on the page. Yeah. Hello to Martin. Martin's in the house. He's there. Ruth Townsend, she shared a lot as well. So you want to do Ruth, John, or?
I'm no fuss. Yeah.
You see, I've seen you shuffling them.
I think I've been shuffling them for about an hour.
I know. Me too. I feel like I've in my hand all afternoon because I've been reading for people as well. You do. Hello from Dumfries, says Laura Cairns. Hello. Laura, there, hope you're really, really well. Have you done many readings this week, being, off and stuff? Are you connecting much with people even doing that? Not really.
Not this week, no. I'm a booked in holiday week, so no, I haven't done anything. But Ruth, these cards, is it Ruth?
Ruth Townsend, yeah, hang on a minute, I'll find her. I should have put it.
Okay, so we've got the Magician and the Six of Wands. So this is telling me at this minute in time you've got some decisions that need to be made. Okay, you've got a lot of different paths that are getting laid out in front of you here. I do feel wanting to go down on more of sort of a working vibration here, something that's going to be getting your mind tasked. Okay, it's like you've got options that are stepping forward to you, and you don't know whether to take option A, B, C, or D. Okay, I want to say to you, it doesn't matter which way you're going to go here, because you've got the Six of Wands. It's telling me success is coming in for you, okay, no matter which direction you go in. So I want you to watch out. I'm going to say to you, it's like your mind at this minute in time stuck. Okay, it's like, should I do the change or shouldn't I do the change? Okay, well, I feel that you've already made that decision. I feel you're ready to push forward. Okay, however, current situation, we're all stuck, locked in our houses, so there ain't going to be much movement just yet for you. Okay, but as soon as this sort of cools off and things start to settle down, I could really feel that big change coming in for you. I feel you taking that step forward, and it is on that work vibration, which is going to be positive. Okay, it's going to lift some of that worry and stress off your shoulders that I feel just bombarding you down at the moment. Take the love.
There we go, and he's back.
Back in the room.
Nothing like doing a reading to get the vibe up, isn't there? And reading and stuff. Piper, I've got a couple of cards here for you, sweetheart. Should you be looking at starting your own business, like a wee sideline, that sort of thing, there? Because that's a business card and working on sociable hours and doing lots of learning as well. Now, it looks like you've weathered the storm, feeling the pressure at the moment, feeling the pressure in a sensory way, coming from lots of different directions. And I'm feeling that you are kind of going a little bit along a windy road at the moment. Remember, other people's emotions are not your emotions. Okay, and learn to separate the difference, because really being an empath, right, if we don't know where to cut off, then it can be a one-way ticket to a disaster, can't it, within ourselves, because never the only person that will pull through all the rubble will be yourself. All right, have more faith in you, and remember, unless something is felt with love, it doesn't really exist in my mind. That means thoughts, voice, thoughts. When people speak to you, even food. I question going into restaurants, the mood of even the chef that's cooking the food, because to me, that matters.
Is he in a good mood? Did he get lucky last night? I want to know before I order the steak.
List. It's like a...
Yeah. He's in a foul mood. I'll just have a bowl of tin soup, please.
That's right, a bowl of tin soup. That's really what it has. That it's actually, we're joking aside, that's actually happened a couple of times. I've seen me send food back because it tastes nasty. It looks good to everybody else, and I'm like, well, it tastes just wrong. What can we do?
Tastes like he's in a foul mood.
That's right. Yeah. Give him your business card, right?
It tastes like he's had an argument with the wife before he came out the day.
That's right, because notoriously, Christ, when we bought this place over and stuff, it's an ex-hotel, you know, and the housekeeper, Joyce, is the same one. She used to work when it was a hotel, you know, here as well. And the stories she could tell, you know, about Crabbit chefs, right?
Yeah.
I don't think she's told a story about a nice-natured chef yet. So guys, we're eating that food when we're out. You know, they're bad-tempered, grumpy. John would be the first one to tell you. You know, should a man even cook in the kitchen, John?
Well, I don't know. Probably not. I mean, I'm quite good cook though, but once a month.
About once a month. There you go. You took the whole month to build up to it, to give it all your good essence and everything.
If I'm in a foul mood, I'm not going in the kitchen.
You're not going to do it, exactly. So what I'm saying is that if a man's in a bad mood, why would he cook anyway?
Exactly.
And some of these chefs, top chefs, get paid astronomical money, so they do, right? You know, because it's like being a colorist as a hairdresser. You know, they have specialist trades, don't they? Even in the chefing industry, it's really become quite remarkable. Okie dokie, so let's see what is going on here. Mary Swampole, I feel like I'm coming to you. So I do. I feel like I'm going to pick a couple of cards here for you, Mary. Now, I think it's a YouTube reading here. So, Mary, if you're still there, a couple of cards here for you. I was going to say there's been a few implications, I would say, in your life and with you lately that I'm no doubt you've got to a point where you're like, do I really want to put any value in what anybody says? Right? So you just assume that if it's with the wrong energy, the wrong feeling, you're not really sure, or your mind keeps raising question marks, then I think you need to level the playing field and just assume that everything's crap that's coming your way right now, okay? And then when you can sort of come to terms with that rather than weigh up, is this okay? Is what they're saying okay? Is that not okay? Or does that person me? It's like, here, too many chefs in the kitchen, you know, and look what happens, right? Everything's conflicting. So we need to be able to get to the truth there. And in the meantime, I would say the cards will say avoid taking the wrong information from people that have been peppering things over the last few months. Okay, because it's leading to an over-processing sort of issue here. I've got a gentleman over in spirit, very strong dad feeling about this guy as well. And I feel like I've got a blow to my stomach, to be honest with you. So I feel that he felt like that before he passed. It's not quite as high as the heart would be. It's more in the stomach. And I feel that something ruptured, right, where his health's concerned. And of course, that it was really not very great after that. Anyway, I have to say that he said hi. I've got to say he's got a remarkable energy. He's very upbeat kind of guy, and I feel that he really has moved through a lot of stuff. All right, to be where he is just now. So he wants to say hello and have to say that he loves you. Okay, righty-ho.
Lovely.
Lovely. Yeah. So with we're getting lots of crystal balls here, so we are, which is great. Right, so if you see the crystal balls, the people that have shared, can't go wrong with a bit of purple. Look at that.
Very true. I'm going to go to Denise M. Hayland. Can I have a card, please? Denise, let's pull you a card, my love. Let's pull you a card and see what it brings.
Welcome, Mary. Yeah. I know I went past. Do you know when you go past all the hello?
Right, sweetheart, we've got the Queen of Swords and the Four of Wands. So this is telling me at this minute in time you're in a bit of a wonderland, okay? You're a bit lost with yourself. You didn't know what to do with yourself, okay? It's like you're sitting thinking. You're making these ideas within your head. You're trying to work them out in your head. You're trying to get answers from your past, but you're not really getting any further forward at the moment. So it's like everything that you're trying to do is just up here. Nothing's actually getting done, okay? Now, what this is telling me here, because of the Four of Wands, is that it's time for you to put your feet up. You're going to have have to relax a wee bit, okay? You're wanting change to come forward, you're wanting things to happen right away, but you're not going to get them with the way your head's sitting at this moment in time, okay? The cards are saying that, yes, it's all right to be in that wonder state of where should I go, what should I be doing, but you need to relax at the same time, okay? So you need to switch your head off here for those answers to come forward to you, okay? So I hope that makes sense, sweetheart, because as soon as you do that, things, oh, beautiful, things really do start to brighten up, okay? Thought I would flick a card just to see what happens once you do switch that head off. Your lovely Page of Pentacles is coming in here, and that is always my sweetness card. That is things making sense. That is what you're wanting to achieve coming together, but it's also that contentment, okay? So you'll feel more settled, you'll feel more secure, you get that energy going within you, and it's like you've got that push again. So sweetheart, do me a favour, yes, be worrying about things and thinking, but switch your blinking head off and take some time for you.
Who were you reading for?
Can't you remember?
I know. But I forgot about 3 seconds after you started, and I'm looking down, I'm thinking, I know it's here.
It is somebody. Oh, sugar puff. I'm sure it was there it is, Denise Hayland.
Yes, there you go. I knew you'd said a name, and I'm like, God's sake, where the heck? Ruth says, thank you so much. She's away to cook dinner now, and obviously she's in a better mood for doing so after the reading that you gave her.
Good. Oh. Get some, cook Denise me some.
There we go. There's it. Denise Highland. That's a good name, isn't it? Highland.
Denise
Highland.
I know a Highland, actually. She is a very, very good medium from Arbroath. She doesn't practice anymore, actually, because she's really old. Not that that makes a difference, but, you know, she's housebound now. And she was amazing. And her second name was Highland. I'm trying to remember her first name. I used to always, what's her first name? Oh, for fuck's sake, what is it? Margaret Highland.
Oh, do you know, that sounds familiar. Did she used to do it up in Oban and that?
Very well, yes. She was all over, and she was pretty big as well in SNU. Not that I'm an SNU fan, but she was very high up in the SNU.
You SNU trained?
No. I wouldn't be allowed to work.
Exactly. I know what you mean.
Yeah, no, I don't follow SNU rules. I think their guidelines are horrific, to say they're a spiritualist movement, but restrict people with what they can do. To me, that's kind of backtracking on what you're trying to promote.
Exactly. Denise said Margaret. Is she related to you, Denise? Is that how you know her? Right, because she said Margaret and you said Margaret, so I'm starting to think that maybe...
maybe Margaret knows Denise.
What if they're in the same family, right? And
that'll be a bit freaky, won't it?
Exactly, because you're like, she was really well known high up in the SNU and this. And do you know, this is what I love about life, because now there's times where I look, John, and I go, I remember being a little girl and thinking that would be amazing, right? Like, I'll give you an example. Yes, I was that child that wrote to Jimmy Savile, right? Because I wanted to be queen for the day. Okay, yeah. Right? I wanted to be queen. Fast forward years later, I found myself in the Queen's car, driven by the Queen's driver, right? Stopping outside the bank in London. He mounted the curb, right? Because he's a mutual friend of a really good friend of mine. And I had great fun, right? I've been invited back down again. And I said, how did it go from being like 6 and 7 year old writing because you want to be the Queen, that you're actually in the Queen's car later on, right? Now, does stuff like that happen to you? Do you ever have moments where you're there and go, God, I remember thinking like that, and you didn't pay any attention to it, and it just shows up? Can you think of something?
All the time I get that, and for the love of me, I can't think of someone off the top of my blooming head now. I could see what I'm wanting to say to you, but I can't figure it
out. That's a medium brain, that, right? It's a high functioning brain, everybody. Watch and laugh. Right, John and I, whilst we honestly don't have a clue, most of the time we go through life and we seriously don't have a clue, but we've got to make it look like we do, right? It's like the ultimate paradox, isn't it?
Yeah, it's like someone will message me and say, John, how do I like text you, your text service? And I'm just like,
What?
I don't know. I only set it up. Gee whiz.
I know.
I don't know how it works.
Oh God.
I do know how it works. I just can't get it to come from here to here. It's like, ugh.
Exactly. Somebody else wrote, Rachel Shannon. I wasn't alone. She also wrote to Jimmy Savile. Did you get Shaking Stevens, Rachel? Please tell us. Where I'm dying to know now. So listen, I'm going to pick a couple of cars for Crystal Evans because she's offered a 14-hour shift.
Oh,
exactly.
She must be a key worker. Looking at her photograph there, she does look like she definitely is helping others. She's got a very... Go and put that back up again.
Ooh.
She's got there we go. A very caring face there as she's coming in, but there's a bit of... Oh, actually, it's you that's meant to be doing the reading. I love doing little face readings like this. So you can tell that there's something different, that she's wanting something else. So whatever it is you're practicing at this moment in time, there is an additional service you want to put onto that, okay? And I feel there's additional learning coming in for you. And I'll hand you back over to continue to get your cards now from Lara.
That's okay. She's probably delighted with that, honestly. She's a wonderful energy. Hang on, she's written something further down here. Oh, I couldn't see it because it was behind the comment thing. I bloody love you too. I'm crying with laughter. Oh, that's great. We've got one person that would come and see us if we did a comedy. In fact, we're not even trying to do a comedy. Can you imagine?
No.
So
Can you imagine if we tried?
Actually, maybe we should be offended.
Maybe we should.
No. Crystal, right, redecoration with a property there as well. Getting your house in order, sweetheart. I agree with John about the additional learning and doing learning, and not just in a working capacity, but I think also from a self development point of view as well. I think you're really, really intuitive. All right. I think probably the name helps as well, with the name Crystal. I'm thinking you've been given that name for a reason, because crystals magnify everything, don't they? But crystals are also minerals, right? So it's a substance that other people want to absorb. So you'll find they want to absorb your energy. You'll magnify stuff in them. However, it doesn't necessarily come back the other way. You're expected to self-regenerate. And as an empath, empaths don't really self-regenerate like other people do, really, to be honest with you, do they? Mm-hmm. And the energy works completely differently. Sometimes you'll want to be in your own, and sometimes you want to hang out with people. All right. So here, I feel like you're really feathering your nest. All right. Really feathering your nest. You've been through the storm, and I feel that there's real strong connectivity where a relationship's concerned. But I feel that I want to move anxiety out the way, and which seems to be triggering at the moment lots of irrational, logical thoughts, I would say. Probably working hard and being pushed to the limits is probably not helping. But the Sagittarian card assures me is a philosopher, and it's now time to allow. So if you were a bottle of whiskey, right, Scottish, right, yeah,
I would eat you.
Really fast air. What can I say? Jeez, it was like a Jack in the Box. So
whiskey.
Exactly. That you say, what was that? I think it's did I miss anything? We've got the philosopher, so it's now time to like that fine bottle of whiskey. It's time to get all that you know out and learn and evolve and become a really lovely whiskey. Is what I was going to say. And become like a fine bottle of whiskey. Like that maturity. Okay, the maturity that goes with it. I think you've had an old head on young shoulders, Crystal, and now, remember I said before, we're leveling the playing field a little bit. Okay, so have a good day or evening at work.
Be good.
And be good and try not to cause too much trouble. Couple of cards for Yvonne, who's been sharing and sharing and sharing. Hang on a minute, John, sorry, I'll just... she's put a question. Wants to know about the car she's looking at. Actually, it's not a bad car that she's looking at. I've got the Sagittarian again, right? This is when, John and I, when we keep picking the same cards, right, or similar cards for everybody, we start to look at the message within the message, don't we, of why are we getting that overall. Yeah. So here we've got see all, hear all, and say nothing for the time being, right? Do your due diligence, do homework. Don't just go for the first one because, you know, it's there, it's in the price range or whatever. Because I feel that we need to attract the card in a different energy here. But it is definitely that kind of card that we're looking for, because that's to do with mobility, okay? And I know you've had car problems this week, because I remember seeing something on one or the other, I think it was a post that I did or something like that. But for the time being, it's keep that energy in. Try not to go into meltdown. I know it's been a stressful week for you. Don't go into meltdown, which is easier said than done. But just take it in the way and understand the car's on the way. Everything's going to be good. I like the vibe of this car that you're looking at, but I want you to look at more cars so that you can be more sure, right? So you can be, you know, it's that logical thing, isn't it? That we can tell you that, right? But we don't want you to fall into the impulse buy part. So go and look at a few more cards, get a feel about it, because I'll tell you, something magical happens when you do that. You find yourself drawn to the one that's right for you, and that usually is the first one that you've looked at. But there's a lesson to be learned in that, and if we don't put ourselves through that, then we always go, oh shit, if I got into cars, not bought that one. Does that make sense? It does, doesn't it? It's that my dad used to take me, my parents were divorced, and you know, so it was great as a child growing up, so you got like 2 birthdays, right? But my dad's birthday would be, right, what do you want? I'd say a pair of shoes. So he'd take me to the shoe shop. I learned very quickly that if I didn't get the first pair of shoes that I bought, if I did the woman thing and go around all the shops, right, I was likely just to come back to the first pair. That's what women do, all right? And my dad would moan and he would complain because he hates shopping. He would tut. He would keep sighing and changing position and everything, right? Jangle his money and his keys and his pockets and stuff, and then generally be thoroughly unpleasant. That to this day, I still don't like shopping. I've got some really great techniques on how to not overshop as well as a result of my dad. But the lesson is women will always come back to the first one that we looked at.
Yeah, it's true.
That's it. That's it. Okay then. Right. Judith Heron, can I just pull a couple of cards for yourself? You've put a card, please. So I'm just going to pull you a card, please. All right. Let me just shuffle one up or two. Let's see where we go. We've got 2 beautiful cards for, well, 2 all right cards for you. It wasn't like keeping them positive.
I was going to say 2 beautiful cards for you. It's nearly too beautiful.
That's actually quite a funny card. What's written on it?
It's the 5 of Swords.
That's a very neat take in it, yeah. There's not a problem.
It's blunt and to the point, okay? But looking at it combined with the 2 cards that we've pulled here for you, sweetheart, this is telling me that words are needing to be said to someone at this moment in time. There is an argument brewing that needs your attention, okay? I feel you're not someone to normally hold back with words, but at this moment in time, you are holding back with words, okay? Something has to be said. Now, it is pulled in there with the Page of Cups, which is that card of wondering, that card of what should I say, how should I say it, how should I put it across, what's it going to happen. It's the question card that fries everybody's brain here, okay? I'm going to tell you now, I've just flicked the card over. You need to say what has to be said and be blunt to the point with it, okay? Yes, it's not going to be all love and all roses. It has to crumble before it could start rebuilding itself, okay? And I feel that I'm a big believer. I say to people, you know, sometimes we build this great castle for ourselves, but then we need to knock it all down to start again, to move on to the next stage. And I feel this is what's happening with you. You've had a nice run, and now that's just all these wee bits, all this crap's all piling up, and it's going on to your building, and your building needs to come down, okay? It has to tumble down. And it's not that it's going to hurt you, okay? It's not going to be a physical pain, okay? This is something that has to come in to allow you to be able to stretch and move on a new path, okay? So as I say, it's to do with words that need to be shared with someone. You have to stop holding on to your tongue. You need to say what has to be said. It doesn't heal straight away, but from there, it starts moving forward and you start to rebuild that connection again. I hope that makes sense. Makes sense to me.
Yeah, I thought, yeah, I can see where you're coming from with it. Righty-ho. Very good, very well done. Right, so who was that? Was that Judith you read for?
Yes.
Yes, because I just heard
Judith. I've just seen a comment. Wow, thanks. I recently came as bad saying I had a lot of Christian friends. Scared to look who I. Oh, sweetheart. Well done. Congrats. You're getting a clap from me. Beautifully done.
That's what I'm saying. I'm going, that it didn't relate to me, but I'm thinking that felt right where you were putting that. Because even we can tell, can't we? We can tell when we're working with somebody else, right, where that energy is going and exactly what it's doing, even if they hit a brick wall, because we often will kick in, won't we? If that person's energy is suddenly gone, we'll kick in and carry the rest home type thing.
Definitely.
Say, look, it's who I am. Absolutely, Jude. Yay. So that's
well
brilliant. Well done, John.
Well, keep up. Say what has to be said. Don't hold back. Don't be anybody else. Bar yourself. That is what's going to allow you to start rebuilding your castle. Okay? Building your kingdom again. So go for it.
Amanda's saying hello to us both. Well, she would do if I pressed the right one. So we've got McLean, we've got Gail instead. We've got called Sunshine, right, from YouTube. Say, hi, guys. Hello, Sunshine. What a lovely name to have when it's coming up here. Well done, Jude. Rachel Shannon is congratulating Jude. And thank you, Jude, for being so, I was going to say, so open and honest, in our house here, right? Is that it's a safe space. We've got a really good bunch of people going here. You know what I mean? We've got rid of the fridge people, we hope.
Yes.
Oh, we have a troll. Ah, right. Just when I said that, the COVID-19 coming up, Black Mountain Station. Either that or he wanted to be noticed. But
hi, we've noticed you. Thank you for being here.
I've noticed you. It's all right. We'll give you a wave back. Hope you're okay. Lots of love. And keep posting. Because all you're doing is just getting the posting, like the comment figures up, right? Which actually Facebook love. So you go right ahead. Because if Piper's there, she'll have you cleared out within about 30 seconds, right? If I'm not mistaken, if she's still there. So she is. Everybody's congratulating Jude as well, which is amazing. There's some well done, Jude. Grace Wilson as well. Like, well done, Jude. Keep going. That's fantastic. Right, Mary Heaven, I'm feeling coming into you, Mary. Shales a lot. Gail McClinton, lol, thanks, my friends. There we go. Gail. Did you do Gail, did you? She must be talking to everybody here, I think. I can't, because I can't see where. Right. Right, so I was going to go to Mary. Mary, I'll remember that name because the last name's Heaven.
Mary.
Yeah, Mary Heaven. Okay, so Mary Heaven, a couple of, some fabulous cards here. Look at that, sweetheart. Fabulous cards. I would say you're getting to the end of your bad run of luck, right? And I want to say that because when I look into your timeline, it feels really murky up until about a few weeks ago, which is actually the opposite because now we've got this thing, like we're not going to mention it. It's like Voldemort, right? He or she who can't be named. That's the, yeah, you know what I mean? Yeah. That's the word. Yeah. So we don't want to talk about it. Don't give it name. Don't give it energy. Stop talking about it. Stop calling it by name. Even if it's the posh name, right, of, the original name, stop it, right? Because it gives it energy. That you give thought to or vocal energy to magnifies it. Why do you think the saying the pen is mightier than the sword actually takes place? It's because when you write about something, when you speak about something, right, when you think about something, it just gets bigger. So basically your choice is, do you want to speak about good or do you want to speak about bad? Because even trolls that come on here and speak the way that they do, they're actually attracting more of a bad life into them by doing so. So it's just twisted, isn't it? It's like, so let's energetically all group together because we have healing, we have prayers. Let's make a mindful decision not to even give it eye contact, to actually do what we're told to do and just stay away, stay secluded, right, until we're told that it's going to be okay, and actually just don't give it eye contact and don't call it by its name even, because it's like calling it in. isn't it?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
so I feel like, and that whole rant started off with Mary, right? And the whole kind of that murky energy has been in there. And now with the last few weeks, I feel things are starting to turn around the other way. I do feel a woman in spirit. I've got a mum in spirit over the other side. And there's a gentleman over there as well. Can't quite identify him yet, but I can see him silhouetted and I can feel that he's there. So he's maybe just a bit hesitant in coming forward. But Mum's saying she feels so much better. I feel like I want to clutch myself round about my top half of my chest here. And I'm aware of that as well. So that to me, that there were breathing issues there. But I also feel that even up here where my mind's concerned, I can't quite get the wording in here to the vocal part, you know, as well. So the connectivity perhaps had gone there too. Something that would happen where medication's concerned or the actual condition itself, right? Because sometimes you do get that kind of crossover point. Very soon you're going to need to make a decision. I feel that that to be truly like successful going forward is to really cut off the part of the life that was causing, you know, an awful lot of pain, because we can't go back that way, Mary, but we certainly can do something about where we're actually going. And it's time to daydream, sweetheart, right? Because in that you have lots of creation. You're very empathic yourself. I can see that, and very intuitive. And all that good work that you're doing for other people will come back at you. And what's more important is you get to feel good about it. Okay, so lots of love, sweetheart, and thank you very much for calling in here.
Whoop, whoop.
Woohoo! Yeah.
Right. Sunshine has a question, and I love it when people put questions up that we can tackle. So it says, I applied for a job. They gave me an online assessment, like a computer-generated question. I have yet to hear back from them. Is things looking positive or no? So I'm going to do a yes-no tarot spread for you, and we'll see what that says and what's coming in. All right, Sunshine.
Very good. Sunshine, because it's a name that is just, you just want to read somebody's name like that, don't you? Sunshine.
We do. Okay, Sunshine, these cards are pointing into an unsuccessful application for me, okay? Straight away as I'm pulling into it here. And I always hate when I want to give somebody, you know, when I look at something and it's bad news. But however, the cards that have come out in the yes-no spread are actually quite positive. So although I feel that you're not going to be getting this option, there is another option stepping forward to you here, okay? So I have got the wheel that's coming in here, and the wheel's all about things starting to turn, things rolling over, okay? So from where you are, there's a total different aspect. I'm followed in by the Ace of Swords. Now, the Ace of Swords always symbolizes a new beginning, something that you want, but you don't necessarily want. Okay, so it's a bit like skydiving. Yes, it sounds great, but see, when you get up there and it's time to jump out that plane, you don't want to do it. But once you jump out of that plane and you're going for it, you can't wait to get back in the plane and go back up to do it again. So it's that type of new beginning that's coming in here. So I feel, okay, looking at this, that you're getting a no answer coming in for this job. There is something else pulling forward for you, okay? There's another opportunity that's going to catch your eye. However, it's one of those jobs where you say, I don't really want it though. I would like it, but I don't really want it. I didn't think it would be for me. However, you go through the application, you get the result, you get the offer of it. And once you start, it's like, wow, why did I not do this before? This is where I want to be. Why was I so upset? Why was I so sad that this was the next offer that came in? So although it's not so good news that you're failing, it's a bit, I don't know if I want that. But when you get it, you're like, yes, this is where I want to be. Hope that makes sense.
That's good. I like that. That felt quite upbeat, didn't it?
Yeah. Although it's a no, it turns to a yes in a more positive way.
No, exactly. The no is actually to make way for something better.
Yeah, and do you know something? Sometimes that's got to happen. And I find in life, you need to get all the no's before you're going to get the yeses. Because the no is not saying, no, you're not good enough. It's saying, no, you're not ready. And there's something you need to do before we can give you the yes. That's
right. That's a very good way of looking at it, right? So it's on its way. It just needs to be shuffled around, doesn't it, a little bit?
Yeah.
We need to move forward. We're not quite in the place of receiving.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. Okay. It's like, I don't know, going to buy a loaf of bread and you look at the bread and you think, no, it doesn't look cooked yet. I'll come back later. And when you go back to the oven later and you look into it, you think, now it's ready.
Yeah. Yes.
Slap some butter on it and stick it in your face.
Taking your dinner out the oven before it's cooked, like you're saying, isn't it? It's really like that, or the microwave, thinking that it's a quick fix. And that's something else that I want to talk about. I'm going to pick a couple of cards for MJ Gillespie. Looks like she had a horrific time there, sweetheart. I really feel for you. But can I just say that although we try and, we've got lots of chat and laughter and community here and connection, really, it's about making us all feel connected as well, that there's really some situations where you need to have a proper one-on-one reading with either John or myself, all right, because it's about, that's what honours you the most. We're trying to honour you by coming on and doing this. We flag up, certain issues. We try and resolve certain issues. But even we can't do the full kit and caboodle like this with everybody else there, to actually even invest in having that one-on-one consultation, right, of where you can really go in depth things, really make a difference, really shift some inner stuff, right, in order for that transformation to take place, is very undervalued. I think for me, years ago, I saw there was an article in Psychology's magazine where they tested various type of therapists and they tested a psychic as well, right? And the psychic came out on top every time because the psychic was never told what the problems were of all these 4 or 5 different people that tested them all. But to all of them, without a shadow of a doubt, without one exception, the person that helped them the most was the psychic, because it shifts something in you when you meet somebody like us who doesn't know your background or where you come from or what's happened before. And when we can identify that, praise be and thanks to Spirit Help, because to be honest, neither John or I are clever enough to get even remotely the amount of shit that we get. I know, so I wouldn't like to take credit for it, right? And I don't think John would either. That's why we laugh at ourselves, because even we actually are, to be quite frank, mostly shocked, right, by what we get, isn't it? Yeah.
The amount of times I could give something and then somebody goes, oh my God, that blah, and then they tell you and you think, what the heck? Where did that even come from?
Yes, that's right. And you're stood there feeling like somewhere along the line you actually got mowed down by a bus, but nobody told you, right? It's like sleeping with your eyes open. It just doesn't make sense, right? And then at a certain point, we go, I'm going to stop figuring this out, and I'm just going to embrace it, because you have a choice to make, right? You can either come up against it and risk having all manners of merry hell, because if you have a gift now, and when we use that term broadly, because actually we believe that everybody can do this, it's just more well developed in some than others, right? For some reason in our heads, there was nothing there to tell us that we couldn't do it, right? But we just carried right on regardless and became that strange child, awkward teenager, mystify why nobody else could see this, into adulthood. And then literally we just spend most of our time trying to live a normal life, don't we? Like a prostitute, right? They probably find it easier. They find it easier, don't they, to actually live that double life than we do.
Yeah. Never thought about it like that. Never really thought of prostitutes and how to get around, but yes.
When you think about it, it's the same. Listen, I had a defining moment one day, right? I had this house, right? And it turned out that spiritualists had it years ago, but by hook or by crook, it had 3 stories, right? So I had this little tiny bedroom. I painted it all like nice lavender, a nice old, that lilac-y colour, all spiritual and shit, I had a waiting room downstairs, right? And then I had my first party of men, right? So one by one, think about it, guys, they came up to see me in a bedroom and gave me money. And nobody saw anything that went on. And then they all went away looking happy. So on the outside, that looks like something totally different, doesn't it, to what we actually do, right? So no wonder people think we're weird. I think we're weird, right? But a good weird, right? Because you get past the point of ever thinking, we actually really don't give a shit what people think, right? Because we don't have that in us either, right? No. We didn't get the memo. Crikey,
you lost it.
We lost it, so we genuinely are in our own little world most of the time, which I know can be frustrating for everybody because we get sidetracked a lot, by the way, a lot.
But we didn't care.
No, because we were born that way, right? Because we were born that way. And, you know, it's like if you're born minus one arm, right, you don't know any different having two arms, do you? Normal. There we go. Now, MJ, I want to pick a couple of cards for you because John and I, we're going to skip off shortly because I just noticed it's tea time, isn't it, John? And everybody.
If you live in Scotland, folks, and it hits tea time, it's like.
It comes 5 o'clock. We're nowhere to be seen.
We've gone. Log off.
I bet there's very few lives that we've gone over 5 o'clock.
I just can't think of any that I've done it on apart from this one.
Exactly. Right. So why blend in when you're born to stand out? Exactly. So when you think about that, we can't blend in, right? A, because they gave me red hair. I tried to play hooky from school in my teens, and because I had red hair, I was spotted like a red traffic light on a busy road. Okay.
And I'm the skinniest medium you'll ever see.
Right, so therefore, you're never, I mean, you're going to stand out a mile, aren't you?
I'm tall, I'm skinny, and I've got glasses, and now I've got grey hair.
And you've got, actually, I do quite like the grey look. I've got to say.
That it's quite nice.
Yeah, what about, you could get a pair of sparkly glasses to go with the grey look, couldn't you?
Just call me Elton.
Oh, Elton. Actually, no, maybe don't do that.
Man.
You come on with a silver outfit and that, definitely. Right, so MJ, a couple of cards there for you, sweetheart. I'm so sorry that things have been... I've now forgotten what your message said, by the way. So I've got here, I think I remember the last part that you couldn't carry the wee one there, and it does look like it's incredibly stressed. You're retaining a lot of that as well, and I really don't blame you at all for that. I do feel there's not just dad over the other side, your grandmother's over the other side as well. And she's quite a character, can I just say that? I'm wondering whether she's maybe got some Scottish genes, actually, because she shouldn't half strike me as somebody that wouldn't have been far out of place up the north of Scotland. Can I just say that? So she's in good company here, and it might be why she feels confident at coming through, you know, recognise like a bit of accent, a bit of Scottish accent. Although I think if we all traced our roots back far enough, we're probably going to find connections, aren't we, in various countries. I think that, listen, MJ, you've been battling away through enormous circumstances because there's been quite a lot other stuff going on here as well, and I'm not feeling entirely comfortable with other family members are concerned. So this is a time, it's a dark night of the soul time that you're going to, and I feel that even though your body, I feel, let you down in a certain way, I feel you're going to come out of this triumphant. John said something about the job application with somebody else not working because something better's coming along. And I feel that I want to say that to you because, like it or not, there is a balance thing. There is a universal law thing. And you find that with a loss always comes new life. It's just a case of where, right? And when. I'm just coming. Look, he's coming just after 5 o'clock. We were just talking about this, right? Just after 5 o'clock. Did you hear me? And it's tea time. And he appears, doesn't he? He just appears with it. You know, wait. Go and feed the dog first. That's right, yeah. Okay, then. Yeah. All right, then. Okay. So, basically, summoned. That's what I've been. So, MJ.
I should be getting summoned in the next 5-10 minutes as well.
So this is going to be the last one. Then we're going to shoot off, guys. So we are, and get the dinner on and get some sustenance, as my nan would call it. I do feel very much about a male baby being over the other side, I've got to say. And I want to send so much love to you. It's unreal. Actually, there's 2 babies over that side. I feel that there's been another loss further back. So just to let you know that our love goes with you, MJ. Lots of love, and thank you so much for coming on, and thank you so much, everybody, for sharing and bringing your wonderful energy and your laughter. And thanks, John, for showing up. Thank you for your laughter.
You're welcome.
Your conversation.
I'll try and have a shave the next time I come on.
Yeah, have a shave, and you have a different hair colour, right? We're looking to see the spectrum.
Do you know what? I would have liked it just a little bit lighter, but I quite like this. This is quite nice.
Some highlights going.
I just think it looks good.
It looks
I'm
very
a bit lighter, but Hey ho, it's better than what. Did you see the picture of it when it was bleached yellow?
I have to say, I got a bit of a shock. I didn't like the post, right? And I didn't. When I say I mean anything, because I sat there looking at it and I thought, you look like Eminem. And then somebody else had put up about the Slim Shady bit. I thought, I can't even say that. And then I thought, do you know what? I'll probably get used to it, right? It's just because it's such a the image of him there. But I've got to say, in 24 hours, you've had three hair shades.
It's been good.
It's been very good, and I think that one is really great. I've got to say so.
It's definitely better.
Definitely better. I do. I prefer that one, definitely. But I'm going to shoot off.
I've never had my hair dyed before. You've
never had it dyed? Well, you've got it. This is your dyeing hair phase, your reinvention, your transformation.
My midlife crisis.
Oh, you're that stage already, are you? You midlife?
Well, it was my birthday the other day. Then I dyed my hair. I'll be buying a convertible next.
How old are you?
38.
Oh, it's getting there. The good news, I watched a program. If you have a crisis before the age of 40, you're more likely to grow out of it. But if you have it after 40, you don't.
See, yeah, well, I'm glad I'm having mine now.
You need to tell Erin, all is good. Just to put up with you for another couple of years and then you'll grow out of it. You'll be fine.
Perfect. She's already threatened to murder us, so I mean...
Right, well, I wouldn't sleep if I were you. If a woman's threatening to do that, it must be bad.
It's all right. It's all good.
It's not good.
That it wouldn't be a punishment.
It wouldn't actually. See, that's the difference. You know where you're going.
Exactly. I've said I would just be going home. It wouldn't be a punishment to me, darling. It would just be a punishment to you, because then you would need to fork out money to get a funeral done, organised, paid for. Yeah. Me, I couldn't give a shit. You could just throw me in the bin, but you wouldn't be able to handle that. You'll need someplace to come and remember me.
Yep, that's the one.
And by the end of it, she was like, "You're a bastard."
Oh!
You know, you can't go to murder somebody if you're not going to think of the consequences.
Exactly. Definitely.
So there we go.
Definitely. Right, okay then. Love to all you people here. And you know, there's still a fair few that have been watching right to the end, so they must love it, really.
Good. I'm glad you loved it. Take care. Be good.
Good, everybody. Was saying lots of love to everybody. Bye-bye. Bye.
Bye.